This was my last session before the winter season began on our coast. I decided to do things a little different this time and talk you through my session as it was happening through the GoPro. But before we dive into that, let's just take a quick look at the conditions. The swell was tiny but extremely clean. A perfect day to take the groveler out. Wind was straight off and quite strong, so the extra volume and flatter rocker helped me a lot with getting into waves. Talking about the wave, here it is. About as good as it gets shape-wise at a beach break, breaking from an outer bank and connecting all the way to the beach. And just like every time the waves looked barely surfable on the forecast, no one showed up. I had this polished sandbar all to myself for 2 hours. The tide was a bit low for the first hour, so the wave was breaking really far out and had already lost a ton of energy by the time it made it to the inside bit. But as the tide filled in, the wave was breaking further in and retaining more energy, thus hitting the inside bar much harder during the second half of the session.
You see how tricky it is to surf? There's a first peak, outside peak, and if you take off on this one, there is a very little chance that you will make it to the inside because there is a super mellow section in between the outer peak and then the inside. So I've got to stay on the inside and catch either the reforms or this type of wave. That's a perfect wave. Oh, the waves are break only on the inside. You see this one broke on the outside, and I'm going to just catch the reform off of it. Oh, that's a good one. This wave, just like yesterday, I think is going to get better as the tide is going to come in, because the outside section is going to stop making the waves break, and so they will retain more energy for the inside section, and the inside section will become a little bit longer because it won't be as close to the shore as it is right now. And we saw that yesterday. As the tide was coming in, the wave was getting a lot better, and I'm hoping and I think it is going to do the same thing today. We'll see. Well, I've just made it back out, and look at this wave. Oh no. As tricky as this wave is to ride, it is teaching me so much in where to do a turn, when to pump, when not to pump, when to do a cutback, because this wave, as good of a shape as it's got, is super weak, super small. You'll be able to see that from the land shots. It's really small, so it's really hard with the short board to be able to extract some juice from it, and this is why you've got to be so well positioned, and it's teaching me so much. I've missed so many turns yesterday, and I'm sure I will miss a lot today as well, and it always comes down to just like small adjustments, microseconds, some centimeters, and it really is a good like teacher. You know what, I think I'll try to go right a few times just to see what it's worth. I did that yesterday and it was definitely worse than the left. But today, there are some good rides coming through and I'm gonna give it a go. No. Oh yeah. Oh! Oh, that was officially the worst pop-up I've ever done. What was that? I don't even know how I was able to recover from it, but I'm stoked I did. Yeah, that was my first and I think only ride for today. I could definitely surf it. The only makeable turn on that, I think, is a cutback. And I was kind of trying to find a snap section. There isn't any. I think today is just not that steep. So I think the left is a lot more interesting and presents a much better wall for the short board. That was a perfect example of what I was talking about just earlier, is that I failed to identify the section that was really mellow and tried to do a turn on that, completely lost my speed and I wasn't in the wave anymore and I got out of it. So that's exactly what I was talking about and that's exactly why I think this is such a good wave to learn on, because every single mistake is going to be amplified by the fact that it's not a really good wave. But this one is. Do not mess this up. I feel like the wave definitely had more power yesterday. Today I feel like I really have to nurse every single one of my turns, and if I push too hard on the bottom turn, I'm sinking, and if I go too high up on the face of the wave, I'm getting out of it. It's really tricky, even more so than yesterday, and yesterday I was already feeling like that was the trickiest wave I could ride. Well, that was wrong. Today is even trickier because it's smaller basically. I feel like the wave behind this one is really good. Let's see how it looks. Oh yeah. Alright, do not mess this up. Once again. That was definitely the punchiest wave I've caught this morning, and I really quickly went into that first turn because I could see the wall was pretty good, to be honest, compared to everything else I got today. And I really thought to myself, let's push this one as hard as we can, and the tail slid, which is really nice because I really do not slide the tail so often. So yeah, I'm really happy with that turn. I am hoping we'll be able to see it on the camera from the beach, but I'm sure we will. If I zoom in enough, we will. Oh my god. The swell is dying out. Oh, that's frustrating. I hope I'm wrong, but I kind of know I'm not, because the forecast was saying that it was going to die out, which is what I'm definitely seeing. I'm hoping to get just a few more good waves, and then I'll probably cut it a day. But maybe with the push from the incoming tide, it's going to remain surfable. Really trying to make the most of these waves, because looking at the forecast, it looks like we're going to get into full winter mode and just get hammered by winter storms, and there will be no window to surf for a couple of weeks, I think. So I'm definitely trying to make the most of this, and so far we have made the most of it, so I'm really happy with it. Oh, give me an opening. Ah. I am a bit late. No, I'm good. I'll catch this one. Oh, my feet! Come on! Oh my gosh, no! That is what happens when you don't take your time. My front foot was in a weird position and I couldn't shuffle it around, and made me completely miss the wave. Oh no, it's doing this weird thing. Okay. Alright. It did this weird thing where it was standing up more on the inside than I thought it would be, and then the actual section was a lot more to the right of the screen here than I thought it would be. So I had to paddle super hard, get up fast and pump quickly to just get in front of that section and be able to do a turn, but I managed it, so I'm pretty happy with that. That was a nice turn, I think. You know the drill, don't mess it up. Alright guys, I think it is about time we end this session. The swell has completely died out, and just to catch that wave I had to wait anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes, which is a lot considering the period of the swell. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and catch one last wave and then we'll call it a day. Yo, that wasn't good enough, so I'm getting back out. I just want to get one last good turn in, and then I'll be okay with paddling in. Guys, let me tell you something. There is no way I'm paddling in. Look at this fit. This is the size I've been waiting for like 20 minutes. So now that it is finally showing back up, I can't give up. I cannot give up on that session. I don't know what is going on with that swell, but it looks like it's pulsing again. So, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Don't mess it up. I won't mess it up. I am so dang happy. I feel like it's either the last breath and it's a false hope. Well, I mean, I'm really grateful for it. Or it's definitely picking back up again. Not the swell, but how much water there is over the sandbanks, and it's just going to start working again. So I don't want to get my hopes too high. We'll see what happens. I was slightly too far on the inside. I mean, I was slightly too deep. Oh no, I'm too deep. Oh no, that turn could have been much better, but I'm really happy I was able to make it. Guys, this is crazy. I had completely lost hope. I really thought my session was done for, but it's not just me. It's not just the last breath. It's picking back up for sure. Whew. I might be able to get a couple more good waves. Oh, I'm stoked. Now, I really do think that it's over with. We had one last push, and that was crazy considering how bad it was just like a couple of minutes ago. And I'm super grateful for that last push. We made the most of it. This session was so fun. Still, nobody out. Nobody ever shows up when it's this small anyway. So I'm really happy about that session. I'm gonna catch a few more. I wanna get a turn I'm happy with again. So we'll surf until I get that, and then we'll get out of the water and we'll call it a day. It was such a fun session. All right, I think this is the set. I need to not mess it up. That looks like a good wave where I could maybe do a good turn. Let's try. Yeah, I'm not really happy with that one. Let's try to work it out. I still have plenty of time, so I'm just gonna make sure I get that really good one last turn, because it will be the last turn before a couple of weeks. So I really want to make it worth it. All right, I really need to surf this one well, because that's a bomb. Alright, I am really happy with this wave. What should I do? Should I paddle back out? Because that was really good. Or should I really end it on a high note? I don't know. I feel like there are some waves left. Alright, let's try and catch one last wave. Come on. Alright, let's make that one the last, because otherwise I'll never get out. This is my problem. I just can't give up on the waves. As long as there are waves and I have time, I just can't call it a day. I'm never happy with ending my session, so let's make the next one the very last wave that I catch, and let's paddle in happy. We said that was gonna be the last one. I tried to go for a floater on that last section, but completely failed. But anyways, that was such a nice session. I'm super happy with how it went. I wasn't expecting much, considering how small the swell was, but I think this was definitely the perfect sandbar for today. We make the most of it. Like I said, the next couple of weeks are not going to be interesting at all, so I'm really glad I got those 2 fun days before the couple of storms we're going to get. So yeah, really thankful. I really hope you guys will have enjoyed the video, enjoyed the session. A bit different today with talking in the water. It's been a while since I haven't done that, but during the summertime, because there is always a few guys around, I'm not really comfortable talking to the camera. So I hope you will like it. Thank you so much for watching, guys, as always. Really appreciate the support, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video.